Hey winners, it's Kevin Ward with Yes Masters Real Estate Success Training, helping you get more yeses and more successes in your business and in your life. And one of the things I hear agents talking about a lot and always talking about how much they need it is they need accountability. They're like, I need more accountability. I want more accountability. I need more accountability partners and so forth. And the reality is accountability is a major key to all achievement. However, there is a lot of thinking about accountability that's just flat out wrong. In fact, I call it the accountability myth. And the accountability myth is simply a misunderstanding of the role of accountability in helping you achieve your goals. And here's basically the myth. The myth of accountability is that I need someone to hold me accountable. And that's what you'll hear people say. I've said it. I used to say that all the time. I need somebody to hold me accountable. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to stop drinking so much coffee, or you're trying to quit smoking, or you're trying to quit this, or starting to do this. I need to stay on my schedule, or I need to prospect more. I need to be more focused, and I need someone to hold me accountable. The problem with that type of thinking is that it tends to put your dependence, or it tends to shift your success onto somebody else's shoulders. And I think even as I say that, you can go like, wow, I can see why that would never work. You see, if you need that kind of accountability, if I need somebody to hold me accountability, well, that's what I had when I was a teenager and went to work at Burger King flipping hamburgers. I had somebody to hold me accountable. I had somebody tell me when to clock in, when to clock out. I had somebody tell me what my responsibility was, when to take out the trash, when to go sweep the floors or mop the floors, when to make a hamburger, when to do the French fries. I had somebody else holding me accountable all the time. And that person was called a boss. Now, if you're in real estate, you probably got into real estate partly because you didn't really want to have a boss. And yet then we go like, I need someone to hold me accountable. And I understand. I get it. I get it because we're used to having that kind of structure of somebody telling us this is what you got to do, this is what you need to do, when you need to do it, and how you need to do it. And the challenge is it shifts the load, it shifts the responsibility of your success off of your shoulders and onto somebody else. You see, the reality of accountability, the reality of being accountability, real accountability, if you want to achieve at a high level, real accountability is taking responsibility. It is not shifting responsibility. And that's what I see so many real estate agents want to do is we want to find an accountability partner. Or I need a coach to hold me accountable. And here was one of the things, and I used to think that way. And I had my coach hold me accountable. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. The problem is, as long as you're depending on somebody else for accountability, your success will always be limited to as long as somebody else is pushing you or holding you. And if they let you down, you fail. And think about it. If you've ever had accountability partners, what's one of the biggest reasons or one of the biggest challenges with having accountability partners? Your partner doesn't hold you accountable because they're not accountable. And so what happens when they're not accountable? So I just don't do it. I'm going to have an accountability partner. We're going to help each other stay on track and help each other start prospecting on time or whatever. And one of the accountability partners flakes. So what does the other person do? Well, I flaked too because they flaked. So what else could I do? What you could have done is you could have taken responsibility and stopped shifting responsibility. And here's what I've learned, and I've learned this, one, in my high performance training and the training that I received on really people, on studying high performers, on studying the greatest achievers. And what I have found is that the greatest achievers are way more focused on taking responsibility than they are on needing accountability, because the accountability comes from the internal drive and the internal commitment to achieving their goals. In fact, when I look at the highest level of coaching, in the higher level coaching programs and coaches that I'm working with, that I'm learning from, who charge $100,000 or $250,000 a year to coach somebody, guess what they spend zero time doing? They spend zero time saying, now, did you do what you're supposed to do? They spend zero time holding people accountable. They spend all of their time helping people achieve at a higher level. And accountability is almost the lowest level of coaching. in reality, because if I'm having to hold you accountable, it means you don't have an internal motivation that's driving you enough, and I'm trying to get you to take action, when the reality is that coaching should be to help you achieve better results. It should help you take better action and get better and more effective and more productive in the actions that you're taking, not trying to say, okay, now I'm going to babysit you. Let's get going. That's not where high success lives. So if you want to achieve at a high level, you got to understand that accountability has got to come from inside of you before external accountability will ever support you. And then once you get that, when you're taking responsibility, then accountability does something very powerful, and that is that it supports your success. It supports you in your responsibility. It helps you keep from getting distracted. It helps you in those maybe weak moments, because we all have them, right? But honestly, we all have them. It helps support you through those moments, and yet it's your own internal drive. It's your own internal commitment to your goals. It's your own internal accountability that really is the strength and the power that makes you achieve at a high level. Don't shift the responsibility for your success to somebody else. It's your life. Embrace your life. Engage opportunity, and always expect yes.